we're going to talk about freelancing as a career. Once again, my name is Manish, and I've been a freelancer for like 8 years now. It's been since 2012. Uh, we start, I just wanted to ask you guys a few things. First of all, Ashut, is my
Yeah.
voice echoing too much?
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Is there anyone here who's actually tried being a freelancer, or who knows what a freelancer is, or would be interested in it?
I
Is
was
there anyone?
doing, yeah, I was doing freelancing last year. Anubhav.
Okay, and you're not anymore.
Nope.
So did you find something else, or what happened?
Uh, I am, I don't know whether I'm supposed to tell you or not, but I'm co-founding a startup.
Okay, so you evolved.
Yeah.
You evolved. That's nice. That's wonderful. Anyone else who's been thinking of going into freelancing? I'm not going to guide you guys into how to get into freelancing. This is just for me to understand if I have an audience for the topic or not, and to mold my content accordingly.
I
So I'm
tried once,
planning
but
to.
am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried once on Upwork. That's a very famous site. You must be knowing that. But
Yeah.
my profile isn't approved, and I eventually lost interest. I applied for
And,
video editing, so I
and
think I'll.
is that something that you do generally, and is that something that you have a really good hand on?
Yeah, I like video editing, and I generally have I can edit videos pretty well. So
Okay, that's great. That's great. Anyone else?
Yeah, hi Manish, Rupal this side.
Hi, Rupal.
Actually, not for me. For my sister, I'm looking for freelancing as a career. So
Oh, that's
I would
wonderful.
really like to introduce to this topic.
So if she's around, you can ask her to join us as well.
Actually, she's somewhere, but I'll call her when she'll be free.
All right, great. So I think that's all the response I'm going to get.
We have Manish. We have
Pratibhan.
people who are interested in freelancing, who would like to start
Yeah.
with freelancing, not just the
Yeah.
people who are already into freelancing, right?
Right. See, people who are already into freelancing, they're more like on my side. They're already here,
Yeah.
and I'm not an expert on top of them that I can explain them or make them understand. So this is for people who don't know what freelancing is or who would want to get into it. I think Pradhiman also is. He just said I am too. I don't know what that means. If he's into freelancing or he's interested in freelancing, I don't know. Anyways, I'll just start anyways because I was told that I've got limited time for this. So let me just start with speaking about myself. I started in 2012. Initially, I used to make websites for small clients. Then I picked up a few skills along the way, like managing domains, hosting, payment gateways, a bit into designing like logos and packaging. There are a lot of things. See, the thing with freelancing is that there's no job description, there is no JD, there is no specific term or limitation of what you'll be doing or what you won't be doing. So whatever comes down towards you, whatever is thrown towards you, you just pick it up and go along with it. I mean, if you're working in an office comparatively to a freelancer, you are either a designer or a developer or a marketing person or a social media person or a content writer, and that's what you do. If anything else comes up which is out of your domain, you just go to the other person working in the office and you let them take over it. But here, that's not the case. So apart from these things that I've told you, there are a lot of things that came across and a lot of things that I do, which even I can't list them down right now. It's like sometimes when there was a time when someone asked me if I do social media marketing, and for the first time I was like confused if what am I supposed to answer, and because so it took me a moment for me to segregate through social media marketing and then respond to him. That's how it is. So what is freelancing? These days, we hear a lot of people using this word quite loosely, but what does it mean? This term freelance or freelancer was coined in early 1800s, which would refer to a medieval mercenary who would fight for whoever paid them the most. Lance is basically um, the long stick that you've seen in jousting. Any Game of Thrones fans here? Who have seen the fight between
Yes.
the mountain
Yes.
and the hound?
At a
The
time.
stick that
At a
they
time,
hold.
yeah.
Yeah. So the stick that they hold in their hand while riding a horse, that's basically a lance. So this term was coined in 1800s when medieval mercenaries would go and fight for whoever paid them the most. So it was freelancer. That's where it started. Uh, the word came out. But these days, there's a different meaning to it altogether. It's basically, instead of working on someone else's terms, I'm working on my terms, in short. But then again, why would someone um, risk a stable career option, stability of fixed incomes, um, having to spend all of that money, infrastructure to set up his own home office? Some people just get off the college, get a job. When they go to the office, everything is there set up for them. There's a good table, there's a good chair, the system. I'm saying this to you, and you guys might not realize the importance of table, chair, and some system. Like, ye kya baat kar raha hai? But when you don't have all these things ready available, and when you're talking about a good posture, you're sitting there the entire day. Why would you choose a career of freelancing when you can easily go for a job with a stable income? This amount of income is what has been promised to you, no matter how the work goes, how the company uh, profits or is in loss, you will be paid that amount of money. Why would someone risk that and go into freelancing? I have a lot of reasons, but I've made a list. Okay, let me see if I can share this to you. Is it possible to share my screen?
Yes, it is possible.
What? I haven't seen it. Share screen. Okay, there it is. Host has disabled attendee share screen sharing. Host, Ashwat.
Anish, I'll just make you the host for a minute and you'll be able to share your screen.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I hadn't planned to share the screen and all. So just give me a second.
So we have more people here. Meanwhile, Umesh is here, and who else has joined? Meanwhile,
Forget it. I'll have to exit the meeting and then start all over again.
it's okay. We can continue right
Anyways,
now. Yes,
so what I've done is I've made a list of pros and cons of being a freelancer, and I wanted you guys to decide on your own. I would just wanted to express, um, and then we can have a round of question and answers, and then you can guys take it from there. Freedom to work with flexible hours and location. I decide when I work. I decide where I work from. There was a time in the last year, for like a stretch of 2 months, I was in Goa. I was working like from 200 meters away from the beach. And it was working for me because I had a regular client, I had regular interval of random clients, and it was just working for me. And then I just started missing Jaipur and I had to come back. That was the only problem why I came. Who comes back from Goa? Ownership. I call the shots. I decide what clients I take, I don't take, what kind of work I do, what I don't do, and how that work is done. Especially with clients, what happens these days is they know their business, they don't know you. They don't know what the work is being given to you. So I decide in what way the work has to be taken. That's basically ownership. Again, selecting clients. When we are about to close a deal with a client, if I don't like what the client is offering me in terms of money or in terms of work or in terms of flexibility or the time limit, as in by when it needs to be submitted. If I don't like it, I can simply say no. I mean, that that rarely happens, but obviously we have that option. Unlimited earning potential. How much you can earn is not capped by your employee or your employer who's saying that teri salary itni hai. This is what your salary is. Our earning is only capped by our own ability. I don't have to go anywhere. I get up from my sleep and I can straight get down to work, or I can get down to work after lunch. I mean, I don't have to commute. I don't have to travel. No, nothing. No cost for that as well. I decide what kind of skills I want to pursue. I started with websites and then I went to designing. There are a lot of things that I learned and I dropped. And I have chosen that these are going to be my specific skill sets. And that's what I'm pursuing right now. So you get to pursue your own passion and your own kind of projects. My favorite one, no office politics, no annual performance reviews, no casual work attire. Don't have to wear those sweaty pants and shirts and tie. I mean, it's फांसी का फंदा लगता है यार. रोज पहन के पहुंच जाते हैं ऑफिस के अंदर. कैसे करते हो तुम लोग ऐसे? And depends on client to client basis. I can tackle my clients how I want and how I like. If I get a really good client who's not being a complete pain, where I would give him more than what we have spoken about. I go over and above and give him more than what I can. And the last point, running every aspect of my work. That's sales and marketing, invoicing, signing and contracts and troubleshooting technology, keeping track of tax, business expenses, everything that a business has to do, we have to do the same. These are all the pros. Talking about cons, talking about the negative points of this. If you're not going to office where there is some crowd, if you're not traveling anywhere, you're basically stuck in your own home, which means feeling isolated. And if it's not a fixed project job, which basically means you're 24/7 hustling for gigs, for new projects. Sleep or don't, you can't blame anyone for it. It's your own responsibility. Inconsistent work and cash flow. Sometimes you'll be earning in lakhs and sometimes you'll be begging around for money. And this is for every freelancers. Sometimes you have no clients and sometimes you're juggling with multiple clients at the same time. The entire day goes. There have been days and weeks when I have done no work and I'm just talking to clients. Managing new ones, trying to capture new ones, managing current ones, troubleshooting for old ones. Sometimes it's just juggling these clients and nothing else. In an office, you have one manager you have to report to. Here, there are multiple clients that you have to answer to. I mean, it's almost the same, but here you get to do it in your own terms. You get into an accident. There is no one backing you up. You do your own job. You can't hand over the project to someone else and ki, हाँ भाई तू मेरे लिए कर रहे काम. No. There is no one sitting right next to you. You get married, you have a child, you still have to work. You get sick, doesn't matter. There's something needs to be delivered, it needs to be delivered. No company sponsored benefits like insurance or provident funds. I don't even know how those work. Are there actual benefits, Ashok? Provident funds? Anyone can tell me?
Pardon?
Provident fund. Is that a benefit or like your salary से पैसा कट रहा है हर महीने? चल क्या रहा है?
It's a benefit at the end of the
No,
day.
it is a benefit at the end of the career, not the
Correct.
So
End of the
Right.
career benefits, sir.
end of
It is
life
an
नहीं होता भाई.
investment.
see, that's why even
Okay.
PPF
We have
suggests.
CAs. We have CAs in our group.
Right. I'm talking to a bunch of CAs. Wonderful. तो benefit ही बताएंगे ना?
It's a benefit. It's an investment. Obviously, it's a benefit. And
Great.
moreover, you're getting
Investment is
double
a benefit.
money.
Oh, wonderful.
So
That's why this having no insurance or no provident fund set up for me right now is in the list of cons of freelancing. मतलब is a list of negative aspects of being a freelancer.
Correct.
कोई
No,
freelancing
that is not negative for freelancing. That is negative of not being good in investing. You can invest in PF on your own. You
So,
you
honey,
don't
we
need
can-
an employee.
So, honey, you
So,
can
honey,
criticize me on a personal
employers'
level
contribution.
after the meetup.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just
Consultancy.
correcting what-
Yeah.
So
Manish
we
has his
are
own
we are
CA.
talking about employers' contribution right now.
Which he will not be able to do. Correct.
Government contributes for
A constant-
PPF, मेरे को नहीं खेलना है भाई.
देखो फ्रीलांस का ये मतलब नहीं कि आप अपनी खुद की कंपनी बना के आप नहीं कर सकते हो ईपीएफ में डिपॉजिट. A freelancer can have their own company. And बहुत कुछ रहता है फ्रीलांसिंग में. You were covering only a part of freelancing where you work from home.
Yes. I'll clarify on that, Rajendraji, why I am restricted to this channel and not expanding to what overflows it. There's just two more points and then I'll end this and then we can go on to the discussion or Q&A round. Ashok, do we have enough time for that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So one of the biggest problems that freelancers face is that it's we feel very scattered and unfocused. There is no structure for it. I mean, you go to an office, you know कि इतने बजे you have to reach at this time. चाय वाला आएगा 10:30-11 बजे के आसपास. There's a lunch break at 1 to 2. There's again चाय वाला at 4 o'clock. And then 6 or 7, whatever, there is a time you have to punch out and leave. There is a structure. So if there is a meeting, you'll get an email about it. You'll get an email about it in advance. Yeah, this time पे email meeting है. So there's a structure. With us, there is no structure. In the last month, August, most of my days I've worked overnight. I start at 2 o'clock. I finish at 6. Now that's only 4 hours of work per day, per night. But for me personally, that was like almost 8 hours of daytime work. It was affecting my health, but it was actually very productive for my work. Now, I'm not saying that is the ideal situation that happens with people. I mean, sometimes I just work in daytime and it works well as well. Also, something that I listed out as a positive point earlier is also a negative point here. Running every aspect of the business, like sales and marketing, invoicing, signing contracts, troubleshooting technology, keeping track of every tax and accounts and all of that. That's not just a pro, that's a negative as well, because again, you are away from your actual work that you were supposed to do. And then you're supposed to do this, you're doing all of this, which you're not an expert on. Or if you're talking about accounts and finance, and you can have a chartered accountant, you can have a CA who can, you can outsource it to. But then again, invoices, so you'll have to make those invoices. You'll have to set up the pricing structures and everything. Okay, you can sign me up for your taxes. Aman, I'm a Sindhi and I'm not going to pay for that. If that's okay, you can contact me directly.
Manish, meanwhile, can you make me the host? I think there are people in the waiting room.
Oh, so you can't have multiple hosts?
No.
Oh, you should have told me. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so,
Do you have...
guys, questions.
Right. So that's about it. And I mean, I can keep on talking, but Gajendraji, as Gajendraji said earlier, you can, yes, obviously you can turn it into a business, and then you can have a proper structure of GST and taxes and your everything. And even if I turn it into a business structure, I would probably turn it into a proprietorship, or let's say partnership. I don't have to go more than that. I don't have to make it larger than that. And those structures, I mean, partnership, proprietorship, they're fairly easy. For most part of it, I wouldn't even need an actual CA. I have done this for a friend of mine. You can actually get a Shop Act license online. You can get your bank account done yourself. You can, there are provisions to file your taxes yourself. There are Google Forms where they show you how to calculate everything. So that is fairly possible, and that's fairly easy. But Gajendraji, here's my point. I have done that. It's not that I haven't done. I have done that, and I came back from that point because that's not where I want to stand. I want to be a freelancer. Why? Because as soon as you become a company, people expect there to be more than you. People expect there to be a team.
See, it's this is a multi-layered thing actually.
Yeah.
It's not necessary that you present yourself as a company as a professional. You can form your own company. It is beneficial to you in number of ways. You already said you're a Sindhi. I need not go into much detail.
That is a lot.
As a company, you can save a lot more taxes than you can save as an individual, and have control in many areas.
That's true.
And freelancing and there are thousands of things which can be done in freelancing. It's not just making websites or digital marketing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That is what somebody could be a freelancer, for example.
That is those are just a few skills, or let's say field of work that I have picked up. Freelancing can be basically be done in any
exactly.
field of work.
That was just my comment.
There are CAs who are freelancers. There are photographers who are photographers, mostly freelancers.
90% of models are freelancers, probably actors too.
I
think actors are freelancers.
Right.
Basically, if you look at them, actors are freelancers, and there would be like overall 1 or 2% of skills in the world that cannot be converted into freelancers. I believe so.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't have a shipping company while being a freelancer. So, I mean, those kind of things. And Gajendraji, for me, I have had a company registered, a current account, the tax system, and everything set up, and then I bounced back from it. The reason was that people expect there to be a team. Whatever you do, there is always that expectancy. Now, what's happening is I'm a freelancer, and that's what I say, that's what I show, and that's what I do. So people know, people have that level of understanding.
It has its own benefits.
Right.
For some people, one works better. For others,
absolutely. It goes from person to person, and this works for me much better because it lets me focus.
Both things can be done in the same way.
Right.
I want to ask one thing here.
Any more questions? Yes, sir.
Like we just said that we can create a company, but as soon as we create a company, do we still have the independence to call it a freelancing job? Because if we call companies freelancers, then everyone is a freelancer in some way. But if we take generally freelancing as an example, what I'd assume that it is an individual who is taking up jobs on a contract basis or some just from a referral or something like that.
Did you just Google freelancing?
General term.
did you just Google freelancing?
No. I am
because that is the basic definition of freelancing. A person who takes up projects or part of a project or part of a work from someone and gets it done, and it's not a long term. It could be long term as well, but the basic meaning of it that it's not a long term project or job.
So if it gets on long term, we'd say that the person is on a payroll, that if someone gets on payroll, it does not count as freelancing anymore.
Generally freelancing, from my understanding, because I have done the reverse thing for some jobs trying. Freelancing
Right.
is about taking dedicated small term projects which you meet and move ahead.
Yes. That's what I just said. But what Ashok's concern here is that if that small term project gets converted into a long term project, let's say I have a client, I'm working for him, I've made some designs for him, and he loves it. He says like, Manish, next month also we need to do the same, but for a different project, for a different campaign.
Nothing wrong with that.
It keeps on going. Now, Ashok, I think the difference here is basically if you are on payroll and freelancing, the difference is here is that in payroll, it's decided Ashok Arya will be working with XYZ company for the next 1 year till we have a renewal or so, or how things happen in job. I don't know. This fixed amount of salary and at this position. So there's this set criteria. Freelancer, if there's a set criteria, it's more specified towards work. Manish is being hired as a freelancer to get this job done for this amount of money.
Right.
So with freelancer, the terminology is more towards what the work is.
And in job, there the terminology towards it, what the term of
what the person is contained into.
Yeah. Also, I think one aspect would be the exclusivity of working. कि अगर आप किसी कंपनी में कोई काम कर रहे हो तो they won't allow you to work anywhere else for the meanwhile.
Officially, yes. And in freelancer, I mean, I can sleep like 4 hours a day, and rest of the time I can just keep on working back to back with projects. 4 hours one project, next 4 hours one project, 4 hours one project. I can keep on doing that. And jobs legally, you're bound to just go to an office, work there, come back, eat, sleep, get up in the morning, and go to the same office. But that's not what's happening these days. I've seen so many people. 9 to 6 they work. 6 to 5 they are up from their seats, get out of there, go to the gym, come back, and they start their work as freelancers. Someone was talking about Upwork. That's the most popular site for freelancers. 8 baje, 9 baje, 10 baje, they sit on that, they get projects, they work on it. रात को 1:30-2 बजे तक. I've seen people working the freelance work in their office. क्यों? Office का काम खत्म हो गया, फालतू बैठे हैं. So exclusivity legally, yes, there is, but this is India. People love bending rules. So
right.
I see
People can
Chandrasekhar का
actually-
काम आज अनुभव कर रहा है.
Yeah, I would like to add one thing, that people can actually add themselves as or register themselves as a one-person company, and then they can do freelancing in that. The point is, how much does it involve the conflict of interest with the company? Say you work in a company that works with databases, right? And you are freelancing and helping out another company which is also in databases. So how much of conflict of interest is there? So that's also an issue. So I've seen a lot of people. My roommate, he used to do this. Like, he used to work in a company and used to do work for the company, which the both of them were at
Into the same line of work.
in the same line of work.
But what
So
was
yes,
his
yeah.
job role? Was more into a designing aspect, development aspect, or was he into more of
Development.
analytic
Software development.
software development?
Yep.
So again, if he's not the team lead, as far as I understand, if he is not the team lead and he is not in control of how the project is shaped, it's fine, because his role at the moment, even if the same thing is being built for both the parties, is on job and freelance, he's doing the same thing for both of them. It's the same thing, but yet he is not the one who's in control of what is being developed or how it's being developed or how it's going to be managed. The vision is not coming from him, it's coming from somewhere else. Yes, legally it is a conflict of interest and it is unethical.
Right.
But then again, that depends on what level he is at, and then he needs to be able to understand what approach to take about it.
Right. There are a lot of things it can entail, right? So say you actually helped the other company, the rival company, in building a product that is say 10 times better than the company you're working for, and your company suffers a loss of say $1 billion because of that. So it's, first of all, as you said, it's unethical. Second of all, it may have some legal ramifications. Like, I mean, if I'm actually not sure about the laws, corporate laws about it. I haven't read about it. The thing is, if your company comes to know, they can do a lot of bad things to you.
There is this term that is, I'm not able to remember it right now.
Ratification.
Sorry?
Ratification. You have to pay for the losses of the company.
No, when you own an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say
Patent.
Intellectual rights.
Intellectual rights.
IP,
Intellectual
right.
property. Actually, intellectual property is what I'm thinking about.
IP rights. So it's
IPR.
IP rights.
IPR, yes, correct.
Yeah. So let's say Anubhav works as a freelancer, as a developer for company ABC. He knows how the project is going. He knows he's not the one whose vision it is. He's not the one who's shaping the project, but he knows कि project क्या है. Okay. And then he grabs a client off site. He gets a project as a freelancer, and with that client, he gives them the entire idea, takes up a huge chunk of money, and instead of developing, he manages a group of freelancers. All of them, they're working in the night. Okay, and this is an actual scenario from the past that I've seen. Bunch of friends living in the same house, all developers. Someone is into database, someone is into designing, someone is into actual development, front end and back end, all of that. They actually took a project from their client, built it, and sold it.
Right.
Now that is a clear case of theft of intellectual property.
True.
It's a simple reason, because the example that you're giving me is quite vague, and obviously I'm not someone who can, judge or deliver a sentence. It all depends on seeing a case-to-case basis, I guess. But yes, what you're talking about, there is something wrong.